Scream 2022. Let's get this in the grab bag, even though it's not really a tangible bag I can grab. And they're not really bags. They're cases. I'm not doing that. Scream 2022 is a movie that I felt obligated to review for a few reasons. One is because I just want to review more movies. I think it's been like a year. I feel like I say this every grab bag, but I think it's been a year since my last grab bag video, and that's quite frankly disheartening and disappointing. I'm busy with a lot of stuff: school, music, movie making. Not really movie. This is what I mean by movie making. But yeah, I wish I created more. That's a video for a different time, though. Scream 2022. Let's try that again. You're probably waiting for me to say ass and a half, or you're probably waiting for me to say complete and utter amazeballs. It's neither. You know what? Because in 2022, the year of whoever you worship, things can be just fine. I just want to reiterate that things can be just okay. And that's fine. There's nothing really noteworthy about this movie. It's okay. It's a movie that exists. And for diehard Scream fans, as I felt with Zombieland 2, Double Tap, oh my God, I don't want to talk about that movie. That movie is the bane of my existence. Scream 2022 is just fine. It's just fine. And that's fine. Movies don't, especially right out of the starting gate, don't have to be, or really anything for that matter, doesn't need to be game-changing or astonishing or just mind-breaking. It was an okay movie. And through and through. And I want to call this an aggressively okay movie. Like, not offensively, but I want to call this just I just want to call this just an aggressively okay movie. In every sense of the word. It's shot like a movie. It's acted. You know what? We'll get to the acting. How about right now? The acting, some of it is pretty terrible. Not gonna lie. I'm sorry to the lead actress, Melissa Barrera, but it wasn't it for me. I'm sorry. I want to talk about my biggest issue with this movie. The marketing. Oh my God, dude. This movie was marketed horribly. I mean, offensively bad. First of all, spoiler alert, they market Jenny Ortega as the first girl in opposition to something like the final girl, that she's going to die first. And she doesn't. Spoiler alert again. She actually makes it to the very end of the movie. She lives. And this was just very odd marketing on one end, because she does take a few hits from Ghostface and ends up in the hospital for the majority of the movie. I thought that was an interesting directing take. Not just directing, but like branding and positioning, because this girl is on the up and up, and so it seems like this should be her chance to shine as a lead, main, final girl, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they didn't want to make it too obvious, and they kind of compensated for it and by going in the complete opposite direction. But man, I don't get why they marketed her as just the first kill when she's there the entire movie. I guess, again, just to get you to second guess yourself, this isn't so much a review. This is talking about the marketing of the movie and just how it was just such a blunder. The marketing was such a blunder. They advertised it as just a generic slasher thriller, and I don't know why. Because obviously Scream fans want Scream. And they wouldn't want a generic slasher, especially, God rest his soul, after the passing of Wes Craven. And then I didn't even know it was from the director of Ready or Not, which is another great horror comedy. It's just that they played it so safe, to the point in the marketing and advertising for this movie. They played it so safe to the point that I don't know if it got anyone in seats. I mean, it did, but as much people as it could have. And it's just, that's really what fires me up about it. They kept everything so secret, but not in a way that, we don't want you to know who the killer is. They kept the movie itself, the tone of the movie. What the movie is a secret. Like, what you expect from a Scream movie, it's like, this is pretty much what I did. You walk in, you sit down, and they're like, oh, well, I know you expect a Scream movie, but this isn't it. When it really is. It really is that thing that you expect. And I feel like the irony to all this is, if they would have just marketed it as a typical conventional Scream movie, it would have got a lot more people in seats, but they marketed it as a generic slasher movie. And it just, I don't know what the logic was. I'm literally scratching my head because it's itchy, but also because I'm just bewildered. So yeah, this isn't really a review of Scream. This is just a review of just marketing in movies, and I don't know what they were thinking, man. So, like, if I wanted to give this movie a review, 3 out of 5, whatever. It was very conventional. It was what I expected Scream to be at this point. I think the first one was really lightning in a bottle. I don't think you'll quite capture that magic again. But as far as the advertising for this movie, man, I give it like a 1. It was awful. I don't know how this movie's doing as well as it's doing. And I mean, good on it, because I watched the trailer and there's no self-referential stuff like that in the trailer, which there is in the movie. And like, they just didn't really even care who their target audience was. It's like, if you don't care, then you know what? Never mind.